So today we're going to make a funky scarf out of a special kind of yarn. It's called eyelash yarn, and this one here is called Cello, I think. Yeah, here's the label. Cello. It's made by Joanne Fabrics, and there are other kinds of other brands of eyelash yarn. This one is called Wild Child. It's by another company called Yarn Bee. And this is why it's called eyelash yarn, because you can see the yarn looks a little bit like eyelashes. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is measure off a 6-yard length of yarn. That's 18 feet. And so measure it off. Don't cut it, okay? Fold it at the 6-yard mark and double it back on itself, and then you're going to do that 2 more times, so you have a total of 4 strands lined up like so. Be careful you don't get it tangled up, because with the eyelashes you'll never get it untangled, but it's actually pretty easy to keep it from getting tangled. And then at the end you'll have, at the one end, you'll have a loop and two ends. And then at the other end, you'll have nothing but loops. Don't cut it, okay? Leave it like this. So you have 4 lengths of 6 yards of yarn. And the next thing you're going to do is really simple. It's going to be so simple, and it's going to be so fast that you're not going to believe it. We're going to do something called a chain stitch. This is really common for people who've done crochet. Okay, so take one end of yarn, it doesn't matter which end, wrap it, this is the short end here, wrap it around your hand like so, so you have a loop. And then push a loop from the long end through the loop, pull it tight. Now I want to try to get it as close to this end as possible, but we're going to have a little bit of excess there. Okay, pull it tight, and then I have a loop that's roughly the size of my hand. I'm going to grab the long end here and pull it through, like so. Don't pull it tight, just pull it through so it's still as big as my hand. Grab again, do the same thing again, and keep going, and keep going, all the way to the end of the yarn. And when you get to the opposite end, this is what you'll have. You'll have a loop and a short end. You want to pull the short end through the loop. Make sure it's over the previous loop like that. See that? Pull it through, but not tight. Keep this loop open. And then we're going to go back around through the loop. I know this is a little hard to see. You see how I've got my finger, I'm keeping a loop here with my fingers, back through that loop. Now I'm holding this loop. Pull the short end through that little loop and pull tight. That's your knot. And when you're done, you're going to have a long chain. It's hard to see the stitches in there because the yarn is so fuzzy, but you're going to have a long chain essentially. So you're going to end up with about 5 feet of chain if you start with 6 yards, and these fringy ends. And you can trim these off if you want. You can leave them on. You can cut the loops so that they're just like fringe. or you can trim them and make them shorter. That's totally up to you.